Welcome back, you guys who are chasing the monster. I'm Lewis, and today I'm here with Justin. Justin, how you doing? You froze, Justin. Bro, I think you froze. Oh, yo, you
That's
seem like you actually froze. I actually got scared. I'm
What
like,
up,
damn.
Lewis? I'm keeping you on your toes, man. You seem to be falling for my tricks one too many times tonight.
Oh, that's that first trick. I didn't like that at all. Justin literally made a fake report about Bregman missing the wild card series, and
He
I
fell for it
literally,
hard.
I
He
lost my
fell.
faith. You saw my reaction too. I'm literally like, I'm.
He was depressed. He was really big sigh, and he was starting to put scenarios at Nate Eaton at third base, and it was just he was going through it, man.
I'm in my head. I'm like, damn, poor Cora, man, poor Cora. Like, damn. At some point, I'm like, damn, we can never have nothing good. But nah, that was a good one though. That was really good, and you're pretty good with those scenarios, and you make it look really serious. You look really serious.
I'm an
You're right
actor.
away like,
I'm an actor.
and I'm like, no
Yeah, I
way.
did.
You don't like you don't laugh at all. You're so
No.
serious, and I'm like
Yeah,
taking you so serious. But now I know I'm not gonna fall for that anymore.
I did acting.
Oh
So,
really?
yeah. So, you know.
Are you lying?
No.
Oh, you actually did?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna fall for that.
No, I did.
But
I
yeah.
did a I did a couple films. Couple films growing up.
Oh wow. Oh, damn. Got an actor over here. But I mean, yeah, that was a good trick. I'm not gonna lie. But let's let's skip that terrible part. Um, how you feeling about the Sox?
I'm feeling really good, Lewis. Like, I mean, come on, man. These last 4 years have been grueling for the Sox. We've seen the ups, we've seen the downs. I was talking to you earlier before we hit record. Like, each year the Red Sox have had in these last 4 years, specifically these last 2 years, like it feels as if after the All-Star break, when the Red Sox are in the midst of a wild card race, they fall apart. That wasn't the case this year. If anything, the Red Sox got hotter as the year went on. They
Yeah,
definitely had their moments in this past last month of the regular season, but definitely did their job and were able to stay afloat in the wild card race. I mean, you're going in as the fifth seed. You don't have home field advantage here for the wild card series against New York, but I'm not. I don't like to kind of get ahead of myself being cocky, but also like this New York team is a team that the Red Sox are more than capable of taking care of business. I'm not saying that's going to be easy, but the Red Sox definitely have had the Yankees number in recent battles here this season. And what just about a month ago, the Red Sox went out to Yankee Stadium and took the series 3 games to 1. Right. So obviously playoff baseball is different. Implications are different, but everybody starts at 0-0 no matter what seed you are. So I really think that everybody should be feeling pretty damn happy right about now, Lewis.
no, yeah, that's true. You should definitely now. It does. Like you said, everything is literally starting all over again, 0-0. But it's literally you should be a little bit more confident because
Mm,
you know that you could dominate this team and you proved it. So I
mm.
feel that's a big thing to carry and to be comfortable because you could dominate them. And I feel like the fear is more on the Yankees because they're the one who struggle against us. And even though they won the last series against us, Fenway, but I mean, that's how I see it. I mean, we dominated them this year. Like if they're literally kids. You get
Mm,
me? We
mm.
push the right buttons against them. Um, I feel like they're the one who should be scared because we got their number. We
I
got their
think
number. Yeah.
I I don't know if any team is scared right about now, if I'm going to be quite
Yeah.
honest with you. I think the Yankees right now have a lot of confidence right now. I mean, they just missed. They were just right there winning the division. Uh, and you're now home hosting a 3-game series against the Boston Red Sox. And you've won 8 straight games prior to clinching the postseason here, or entering the postseason, I should say. The Yankees are playing some solid ball right now. There's no denial at that at all. But if I'm a Red Sox fan, I'm rolling into this wild card series, and I'm being completely honest with you. It's not that I have no faith at all. I know you got all the faith in the world in the series, and it's not that I don't, but I also really, 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 really need to take it one game at a time.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this game one as a crucial game to this series. I'm not looking at game three, Lewis. I'm not looking at game two. I'm looking at game one. Many people say game two is the most important series game of the series, which you can make that argument just about all three of these games. But in my opinion, you're on the road in a very hostile environment. You have your ace on the mound. You cannot afford to lose that game, in my opinion. You need to take control of this series, go up 1-0. Then, worst case scenario, game two, you lose that game. You're tied. You lose game one, your back's already up against the wall. You, after losing game one, you lose game two. You're going home. You're not competing in a game three situation, right? So you got to give yourself opportunities. You have to strike first, and you have to control the series. You have to be in demand of the series. And I'm not saying it's easier said than done. There's no question about it. But in my eyes, which we'll kind of get into the Yankees series a little bit later, because we do have to talk about the Detroit series that the Red Sox were able to close out their season on. You're looking pretty damn good if you win game one of this series if you're the Red Sox and you have Garrett Crochet on the mound. Don't forget, you also were able to save Whitlock and Chapman in this Detroit series. They're going to be very well rested for game one of the wild card series, and
Yeah.
they're short leashes in the playoffs. So God forbid Crochet isn't going at his best. The leash is short. You pull him, you go into the bullpen, you have Whitlock, you have Chapman all rested up, you have all your arms rested up. We'll get into De Leon's stellar performance in the series finale, in the season finale, which helped rest those bullpen arms here for game one. So you're feeling really confident right now if you're a Red Sox fan. You're not cocky, but you're definitely confident going into
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
postseason.
Oh, that's true. You should definitely not feel cocky right now. It's everything in the past stays in the past. This is something
Right.
different.
Clean
Um,
slate. Yeah.
yeah, it's different. So I'm with you in that point of view. I definitely am, and we should definitely keep it focus on tomorrow and not look at the future because we gotta focus on what we have in front of us at that moment. We
Mm.
can't be thinking about game three when game one hasn't even started yet.
Right. And I get it. It's exciting, right? Like it's
Yeah, yeah,
thrilling. And we get talking about, oh, finally, like we have an opportunity to bring October baseball back to Fenway. I get that. That is exciting. That is thrilling. But at the same time, you got to get through 5 games first. You have to get through games 1 through 3 in the wild card series first. You have to get through games 1 and 2 in the divisional series first. You're not getting back to Fenway until games 3 and 4 in the divisional series. So you still have a long way to go to get October baseball to Fenway Park. You need to win games on the road. The Red Sox have done a tremendous job at winning games on the road the second half of the season. First half of the season, they were under 500. The Red Sox are able to rally here in the second half of the season and win a lot of road games. They actually finished with a winning road record on the road this year for the Red Sox. So you got to be able to win on the road. You have to take it one game at a time. You have to take it one at bat at a time. Remember, guys, Lewis, there's a lot of guys on this team who are tremendously talented, but don't have much playoff experience. So you literally have to take it at bat by at bat, pitch by pitch, inning by inning. You have to look at it that way. You cannot look ahead, not even by an inning. You have to
no,
stay
yeah,
locked in,
yeah. That's definitely that's really true.
even as a
Especially
fan.
even Crochet is like he's been to the postseason before, but as a closer, this is his first time starting everyone. It's like, or except Bregman and Nate.
Mm.
Those are the only ones, and I'm pretty sure Nate's not gonna be playing for game one because of lefty. So
Which he is a team worst 118 batting average against lefties. So you're losing a big at bat here. And listen,
yeah,
Nathaniel Lowe, not known for his powerful hitting, has been incredible for the Red Sox since acquiring him from free agency, from clearing off those waivers. He's been amazing for the Red Sox, but you lose his bat these first two games. You're going against Rodon game two. Oof, it's brutal to not hit against lefties in this series, and you're looking at Duran as well, kind of scratching your head, wondering what Cora's going to do with Duran. They're going to put him at left field tomorrow, which is game one of the series. But after that, I don't know where he stands. Obviously, I feel as if it's uneducated to bench him. I get he isn't the best against lefties, but Jaron Duran is not a guy in the playoffs that you need to see sitting on the bench.
yeah, yeah. That's true. And
Mm,
at the end of the day, because he's probably because this is the thing also about the Yankees. We got to talk about Tigers, but this is the last thing. Do you know they only have one lefty in the bullpen?
who is that?
Tim Hill.
Mm,
So it's like, okay, we could start the game with no Nathaniel Lowe,
right.
but when Max Freeze is out of the game, Nathaniel, go back to your position.
Yeah.
Um, Romy, go play second, and put Rafaela back to center.
Ro- I think you have to put Seti in the outfield. I think
Yeah,
there's
me too.
you have to keep him out in that outfield. I think Romy has it at second. I can understand if Nate Lowe is out, or he's on the bench. Man, I don't know. I need Sedon in center field.
Especially
You
recently.
you put Abreu in right, you put Duran in left. That right there is the picture perfect outfield. The thing with Abreu right now is how
Lefty.
sensitive lefty, but how sensitive is he? Is he 100% to play right field right now? We saw a couple plays in that Detroit series, which we'll get to, where he could have caught a couple of balls
Yeah.
dropped. I don't know if it was he genuinely didn't think he could get there in time, or he
He
was
doesn't.
trying to take it easy. He's not 100% yet. And this is not me trying to throw any sort of speculation out there of he shouldn't be back. He's injured. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think he has to be a little light on his feet in his mind. Uh, you know, he's just starting to get back, right?
Yeah.
Like he's just starting to get back. This is a really brutal time to come back into the lineup in October baseball. A couple series before, obviously coming back, I believe in that Toronto series, a couple series before you close out the season. It's big that you get his bat back, but at the same time, like he's wavering a little bit. He's wavering. I'm a little nervous, but that's my dream outfield. You gotta have Sadon in the outfield. Excuse me, you have to have him in the outfield. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't. I don't want to see Yoshida. I don't want to see Yoshida in left. I don't want to see Massa in left. And you
Yeah.
know what?
No, yeah.
His bat has been terrific as
Yeah.
of late, especially in that Detroit series, which I know we're about to get into. But th- I, man, I don't want to see Yoshida in the outfield. That's not something that I want to see. That's not
No,
something I'm
yeah.
interested in seeing.
And also, like, he's been producing being the DH. I wouldn't move him at all, to be honest. I wouldn't move him. And also, Rafaela is doing good as a center fielder. I wouldn't move him either. I want to keep
No,
him the same routine because he's hot. And Abreu, I feel like probably Rob is going to play for him. I
you
mean,
don't think Abreu is playing at all? Yeah, like you said with Nathaniel Lowe, just because you start doesn't mean you don't play. They only have one lefty in the pen. They go righty. You put Abreu back in there. You shift him to right,
yeah.
and but then see, it's so see, like this is the type of stress we're privileged to have. We haven't had this type of stress. We haven't had this type of conversation these last 4 years, right? Like we're
Yeah,
trying to figure out who slots who. Mind you, we haven't even seen an official roster yet from the Boston Red Sox. We're recording this, folks. It is 11:30, or excuse me, it's 10:35 Eastern time at night, Monday night. So whether you see this late Monday night or Tuesday morning, the Red Sox still have not released their official roster yet for the postseason. Um, but let's come back. Let's shift to the Detroit
yeah.
series. Let's kind of talk about that, and then we'll come back to the Yankees here to close out the show because we do have to kind of, how did we get here, Lewis? How did the Red Sox get to October baseball? How do we close out the season?
To be honest, it's been a roller coaster.
Mm,
It's been such a roller coaster, and you compare this team from September, and you see this. I mean, not September. Sorry, spring training.
yeah,
It's from spring training, and compare them to now. It's literally like if it's a different year.
it does.
I'm like,
It, it
it's
does.
different for some reason, and we had so many problems, like shows. I feel like the Devers situation. He played. I played third. I played third.
Mm,
That's literally like wow. I could imagine sometimes if he would have actually played. Like okay, I would do whatever for the team. Well, it could have been, but it wasn't like that, and it was probably the best for us because look what happened to us at the end of the day. We end up becoming a better ball club, power of friendship. And you see what I mean? It was different. It's different, and it worked for us. And I feel like if the team that we have in our hands right now would have been the team from spring training, I feel things could have been different. I
mm.
feel it. I feel like the vibes would have been cooler. Probably Roman at some point would have been called up earlier. Probably you get me because at some point Roman was like killing AAA and he was just stuck there because we had we had so many outfielders at that moment. You get me, but putting getting rid of Devers and stuff. You get me, like opened up for Yoshida as well. But it's just it could have been so different.
I mean, let's just first and foremost, we talk about the differentiating roster from the beginning of the year to now. And I mean, it starts with the pitching, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no way did we think Peyton Tolley was going to climb the minors the way he did. You can say the same thing with Conley Early, who has been just terrific for the Red Sox as of late. We're going into this season. You got guys like I have a list in front of me right here. You Cutter Crawford, remember him? Josh Winkowski, Patrick Sandoval, Tanner Houck, Cooper Criswell has been in and out of the lineup. So and then you kind of throw in guys like Fitz and Hicks and May and Dobbins. I mean Dobbins, man, tears
Yeah.
an ACL tagging first base. Are you kidding me? Just the most unpredictable things in baseball is obviously a long season, but at the same time you go through the ebbs and flows of it, and you also look at guys like Marcelo and Roman, guys who got injured towards the back half of the season, and guys who made immediate impacts when they got called up to the majors. I mean, talk about professionalism. These guys are kids. These guys are younger than us. These guys are, excuse me, these guys are younger than us, and they're
I
doing
mean,
they're doing unbelievable things. We're two grown men talking about high school prospects here, Lewis. I mean, are we who are we kidding? What are we doing? What are we doing
that's
wrong? And
oh my god, that's the
it's
first
just
time.
you tip your cap to these guys and how the Red Sox have been able to respond from adversity all season long. These Tristan Casas goes down and gets carted off the field. You lose Marcelo, you lose Roman. Obviously, you lost Willier for 30 games recently. You're lucky you just got him back. Your first base has been a mess all year. You had to sign a vet, Nathaniel Lowe, in the last month of the regular season, which he's turned out to be a terrific grab. But you go through so many things throughout the course of the season, and the Red Sox nearly won 90 games. They were just short of the pennant. And we're in the wild card series against the New York Yankees. If you were to tell me the Red Sox went through all this adversity this year and they've won almost 90 games, I'd call you crazy. I'd call you absolutely insane, Lewis. But the
Yeah,
Red Sox
no,
have
yeah.
been able to just constantly knock on the door and just constantly make light of situations. Another thing that's been pretty big this second half of the season is they've avoided sweeps as well, which you get swept. That is a brutal against your record, especially in the wild card race. The Red Sox have been able to. I mean, coming right out of the All-Star break, you look back at that Philly series, bombs a grand slam. Who's that? Mine's blanking. I believe it was Romy.
Romy, yeah.
Romy, a grand slam. You look at that Chicago series, you avoided the sweep there, and then you just went on another tear. You beat the Dodgers and you beat Tampa and just really good teams throughout the course of the regular season. So, and obviously Detroit that we're getting into. So I'd call you
I mean,
crazy. I'd call
yeah.
you crazy, man. I mean, the roster changes are ridiculous compared to what it was in spring training.
No, yeah. I'm not gonna lie with you. You said it. We're literally the Red Sox are also like have we're talking about people like prospects that are younger than us. For the first time, I feel old. For the first time, um, I don't know. We should be proud of them.
Ah,
Like
absolutely, man.
when we got the clinch, I felt proud. I felt very proud of this team because no one was expecting that from us. No one was, and I almost got like tears. Like I was so happy, and I was very proud of this team, especially for Rafaela, Sharon.
Mm,
They've been here for the last what 3 years, and
mm.
they've been suffering. They've been losing and losing, and for the first time, even when things look a little bit weird for us, like you said, no one had us winning like a spot for the wild card, and that's very true.
Yeah, the Red Sox have fought, and coming into this Detroit series, like the implications were nuts, right? Like the Red Sox had not clinched yet. Detroit was still trying to clinch. The American League was still up in the air in general. Like a lot of things needed to happen in this Detroit series alone. But I'll tell you right now, a lot of people didn't get to watch that game one who didn't have Apple TV. I I watched that game one, and oh my goodness, what an emotional roller coaster that was for the Boston Red Sox. I
Yeah,
I'll tell you, if there's a way to clinch a playoff series, it's a Friday night walk off win from Sadon in the Fenway Greens. Man, I mean it was
perfect moment, right?
electric, perfect moment,
Perfect.
and kind of talk to me a little bit about because I want to know your thoughts on obviously this Detroit series, but specifically that game one, that clincher where it felt like we won the freaking World Series in that moment, man. Like
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
we were down in that game. We were kind of running in the mud at times. Uh, and we come back and I mean, that was a magical night, man.
Oh yeah. Like I said, this team is not like this team has been like a surprising everyone,
Mm,
and I feel like that's who we are.
mm.
Never count us that out because that's what we've been doing. Every like that's what we've been doing this year. We
Right.
always win. We always find a way to get things to go our way, and that's very good. I love that we're like that because we're also a young team that is really hungry, and you could tell that we're hungry. But I'm not shocked that we came back losing 3-0, and yeah, of course we took the lead. we walked that off. But it's just like that game. You could tell something. It was something special in Fenway, even though I wasn't there. But you could tell it was different. And
And
it sucked because it wasn't Apple TV.
right. Right. Which a lot of people don't have subscriptions to Apple TV, which is understandable. But um, you know, watching that moment, Romy getting on with a single and then Rafaela just, I mean, nuked one into the triangle. And Romy from first to home, baby, from first to home scored. And the Red Sox clinched the postseason. You felt October baseball, and you felt like when the Red Sox scored, it was 3-0 Detroit, and then the Red Sox scored one. I believe it was in the fourth or the fifth to make it 3-1. And
Yeah,
then the seventh, eighth, and ninth inning, the Red Sox scored a run. So the Red Sox in their final 3 innings scored 3 runs, an inning run each inning. Red Sox didn't quit. Red Sox, you felt like each run that was scored across the plate, not because it was literally, you were literally coming back, like, but you felt like the Red Sox were going to win this game, even though they were still behind for 3 of those runs, right? Like you still felt as if, okay, now we're down 3-1. Like, okay, that's something. We got something back there. That same inning when they scored three.
hmm
Excuse me. Go a couple scoreless innings. Red Sox score another one. 3-2. Okay. I think, and you really felt like the energy was truly shifting in that moment. The fans felt it, the players felt it. And again, implications were high. Detroit and Boston during this game were still fighting for playoff positioning. And at the time, it was very much so these two could be playing each other in October. Right? Like that still wasn't decided yet. So for the Red Sox to come through in that moment. Also, they've struggled at home recently. All year
yeah,
long, they've been terrific at home,
that's a good
but
point. That's
recently
true.
they've struggled at home. Like dude, you they've been a
That was true.
terrific road team. I'd say this past 2 months, but at home for some reason the Red Sox just struggled. These past, I don't really know what the stretch was. I don't know if it was 4-12 or something crazy in the past 16 games. The Red Sox just could not
Oh,
win at
yeah,
home.
I know
Um,
they lost the series to the Pirates. They lost the series to the A's, to the Yankees. You see what
Cleveland,
I mean?
yeah, it was just
No, we won
did we
versus
beat
Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Yeah, we won game one
Cleveland,
and two.
I wanted to stay away from Cleveland in the wild card series. I wanted no part in them. But like the Red Sox had fight, and then game two, you kind of throw up a lineup of okay, like Red Sox clinched, we partied all night. Like you call them the hangover Sox, right? Like it's something that the lineup was just ridiculous. You got a pop up by Rev that scored a run that just that was the only run you got. And then you go to the finale where Tariq Skubal was scheduled to go. He was scheduled to go for game three. They clinched
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Detroit, they being Detroit, clinched in game two of the series. And
and
had they not clinched, Skubal was a go for game three. They ended up not going with Skubal. The Red Sox possibly were going to have Giolito pitch. They didn't. Instead, they go to 33-year-old Jose De Leon, called up from AAA Worcester. You know what Alex Cora said? Give me 120 pitches. He said, you got 110 pitches. De Leon responded, no, I have 120 pitches. He pitched 101 pitches. 101 pitches. Cora goes up, grabs him from the mound. De Leon looks at the pitch. The pitch count says I'm at 101. I have 19 more. And Cora loved it. Cora laughed. And this is De Leon. He went 0-9 in this AAA season. I don't know if you know that. He went 0-9. He was winless. His ERA was nearly shot to 7. He was getting bonked around all season long down in the minors. But he comes in, gives the bullpen a much needed rest before going into this postseason run. He threw 6 2/3 innings, allowed only 3 runs. It was a 3-run shot. Actually put the Red Sox down in that game, but the Red Sox ended up coming back. in taking that game. And he struck out 8. He struck out 8
Oh,
batters, pitched 6 and 2/3 innings. How about Jose De Leon? How did you like them apples?
you know what's funny? You said it earlier. You never know what could happen in baseball. And it's crazy that he gets like literally smacking AAA, and here he comes and
Dominates.
throws dominates against the Tigers team that are going to the playoffs.
Right.
And it's
Right.
like I'm very happy for him. He has been injured. He has gone through a lot of things
A lot
in
of
his
surgeries.
career.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point he was a top 40 prospect in the whole MLB, because of injury and stuff like that. But I was very proud of him. I'm very like happy for
Mm.
him. He deserves it. I was really happy for him, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, hopefully he gets that win. Hopefully, you get me. But if I'm not mistaken, he's gonna be in the roster. He's gonna be in the roster, I think.
Really? I don't know. The Red Sox haven't released. I mean,
Yeah,
after that
yeah.
performance, I definitely wouldn't be shocked. I mean, he was dominating. He had control. Like even through 101 pitches, he had control. Minus the 3-run home run, he really didn't find himself in too much of a bind. He really had control throughout the whole game. He didn't really show any signs of, oh crap, they're gonna run away with this game. There was not a point in which I felt like that. Um,
No, yeah, it was just a 3-run homer. That's it.
and and I'm gonna be told like completely honest with you. That right there, which was I believe his first MLB game since 2023. I could be mistaken,
I
but I'm
think
pretty
you're.
sure it
I
was his
think you're
first
right. Yeah.
MLB game in 2 years. That specific performance by De Leon, I don't think will be forgotten. And I think if the Red Sox are able to make it past this wild card round and you have a well rested bullpen, again, mentioned earlier in the episode, don't jump ahead, but let's look towards tomorrow. Let's look towards today, game 1,
Yeah.
right? Like bullpen's going to be ready to go to back up Crochet. And even if Crochet has a great game, you have a short leash during the playoffs, right?
Even
So
better.
Crochet is probably not going to go the 7-8 innings that we normally see him go, even if he's doing really, really good. That bullpen is well rested because of De Leon, because of that one single performance that the Red Sox did not have to dig into the bullpen. I mentioned earlier, you have Whitlock, you have Chapman, right? Steven Matz you could throw in there, who has been terrific, who ended up pitching. Am I leaving people out?
By the way,
Slayton. Am I? I feel like I'm running out of bullpen people. Murphy. Uh,
Murphy. Yeah.
Murphy. I'm running out of bullpen people. Let's.
You saw who closed the game. By the way, of
Yeah, but
course.
let's. I actually, it's weird. I turned the game off. I figured, oh, we're gonna win this game, so I turned the game off. And
You find
yeah,
out he's
man.
supposed to
I
pitch.
mean, Greg Weissert comes in and he held the 9th inning and he got the save and he stranded, the tying and
How you
winning
felt about
run
that?
to
You felt
go
proud of
ahead.
him?
I do. That's a big moment. That was a big moment for Greg, and because Greg has struggled, Weissert has struggled as of late, and
No, yeah.
I'm pretty critical on him, and rightfully so, man. I'm just not a Greg guy. I'm just not high on him. I think he's very wish washy. Um, you don't know what you're gonna get with Greg Weissert. You like I, I I could tell you what you're probably going to get from Slayton. I could tell you what you're going to get from Chap. I could tell you what you're going to get from Whitlock. Even Matt's can't tell you what you're going to get out of Weissert. I
Yeah. Also,
cannot tell
Justin
you.
Wilson.
I Wilson. I'd take Wilson over Weissert. Listen, man, I'm all for bringing up Cooper Criswell and getting rid of Weissert. Weissert, I am so and again, I hate to be negative. I hate to be negative before the playoffs. And I here's the thing. I'm gonna support Weissert and I'm praying for him. I'm just not a Greg Weissert guy, man. I don't find
Yeah.
enjoyment in watching him pitch. I don't find encouragement out of it.
I
So
don't think he's bad. I think.
he's not great.
Yeah, I think
He's
he has his moment when he has shined.
But you don't know when he's going to have his moment. That's a problem. He's
Yeah.
not consistent.
Yeah.
Like he's not consistent at all. You get bullpen guys that are going to be really consistent on this team. Greg Weiser is not one of those guys, and he hasn't been one of those guys at all.
He also is the guy who has thrown more innings out of our bullpen.
I'm hoping Bernardino gets healthy. I think
Oh yeah, soon,
Bernardino
yeah.
Bernardino has been terrific this year. What a treat to watch Bernardino. I know he's kind of been up and down at times in terms of going down to AAA Worcester, but I have really enjoyed Bernardino this year. He's been terrific. He had a incredible stretch where he retired like I didn't think I don't he didn't allow a hit to like 25 straight batters or something
Hmm.
like that. Some crazy statistic that I believe that is a statistic, but he's been solid this year. But again, credit De Leon. Let's talk about the offense though, Lewis, because man, Masataka Yoshida, Seidon Rafaela, those guys who have had cold stretches since the All-Star break have really come alive here in the last couple of weeks. And boy, do the Red
Perfect
Sox
timing,
need
right?
those guys. Those guys need to be on this
Perfect
time of
timing.
year. Mm,
I felt I was always positive with Yoshida.
yeah.
I always so felt like we gotta be patient with him because he wasn't playing for us the whole year. You get me? At some point, I knew he was gonna produce how we how the good Yoshida. You get me?
Mm.
I know he was a little bit streaky. He would be good one day and then would be bad, but I knew he had it in him, and I thought it was just gonna be a matter of time. And with Rafaela, I felt the same way as well. Even though this second half was not that good for him, but I always had that faith that he was gonna show up at some point. And man, he showed up literally in the last series. You get what I mean? Perfect timing. And he even played Saturday and Sunday. He got a base hit on Saturday, and he had another base hit. He got two base hits on Sunday, if I'm not if I'm correct. But this is the perfect timing. I feel like okay, if you're gonna struggle, because at the end of the day, Rafaela should play for you because he has incredible defense. You get me? He could touch anything. He could reach anything. So with his speed, and he's the best outfielder in the big leagues. That's my opinion. But I feel like we should definitely. Oh, okay. There we go.
There you go. Sorry, my laptop was
No,
gonna
no,
die.
you're good. You're good. So yeah, like I said, Rafaela was gonna play every day for you because the defense. And we saw that hot Rafaela, but in the second half he struggled a lot. He literally only had two home runs in the second half. But at the end of the day, it's all that about first half and second half is erased right now. It's a new
Right.
sheet, and this is where it matters the most. So it should be he should be good. And oh my god, he's just
I mean, you look at the moments that Rafael has had this year, especially that like having to break out of a cold streak, a walk-off win to clinch you into the postseason, your first postseason of your career, your first postseason in the last 4 years as a franchise at Fenway Park on national TV. That
yeah.
is huge. That is something to break. That is a serious and legitimate way to break out of a slump, or more so kind of help elevate you, above the line. Like, here's your slump line. You're starting to rise above it now. You're starting to get a little bit consistent here. And now you're up here in the confidence level if you're Sadon Rafaela. And I think that is absolutely tremendously huge right now for the
And
Red
the
Sox, who
perfect
need
timing
to
too,
have this
right?
back. Absolute perfect timing.
Especially
You talk about Yoshida as well. Like, you kind of had to give him a little bit of a kind of more leniency, with him being injured a majority of the first half of the season. But
yeah.
he's come together well. Um, but
Another
I will
thing is
say,
that
go ahead.
We're playing Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
We're not playing at Fenway. It's you already know anything could leave Yankee Stadium. You
line
just got
drive.
any type of line drive. A normal line drive in Fenway is it's an out,
Right,
but at Yankee Stadium, a normal line drive could leave literally by accident.
right. Talk about that short porch, man. Like,
Yeah, and Yoshida, how he's hot. He's been really hot, putting the ball in the air. That's a good sign.
mm,
Like I feel like in Yankee Stadium definitely fits him
yeah,
because I'm not gonna lie, and he has when he hits the ball hard at Fenway, they're outs, but it's like that's a home run in Yankee Stadium. You see what I mean?
right,
So I
right.
wouldn't change. I feel like Yoshida should definitely keep the same mindset, just hitting the ball hard, and
Mm.
not try to not try to hit bombs. You get me? Just hit the ball hard, and if it's gonna be a home run, let it be. You get me? But I like his position at Yankee Stadium right now, and with a short porch. For literally for this whole team because we're not like the Yankees. The Yankees, they try to hit moonshots,
Mm.
and
Absolutely.
we're
Right.
not
They
like that. That's not us. We could hit home runs, but we hit home runs when we crush one, but not we're not swinging for the fences always. You get me?
mm.
And probably Rafaela sometimes. You get me? You could tell the bro he wants to like crush the ball, but I feel like it's a good field for us. And have you been you watch every game? You've seen Trevor's story when he goes to Yankee Stadium, the home runs that he hits to right field, just line drives. You see what I mean? You
This
could
is
tell
right.
Story is just trying to hit the ball good, hard contact, and
Breggy.
yeah, Braggy as well.
Breggy's.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, this is something that you're kind of gonna go into this series, and you gotta be able. Here's the thing with the Red Sox that worries me a little bit about this offense, man. You got to be able to get them on. You got to be able to get them over. And you got to be able to get them to score.
yeah.
I cannot do the bases loaded, less than 2 outs. You don't even gain a run off it. I can't do that
That's
anymore.
that's annoying.
This, this right here, this time of year is not the time to be doing that. You get runners on, you got to get them over, and you got to get them home. Shout out
Yeah,
to
we got to take
Paddock.
advantage of
He's a
that.
big
Yeah.
pusher. You there's no reason. And oh my goodness, Lewis, if I have to watch David Hamilton get up to bat in this series with runners in scoring position, and I have to watch him try to drop down a bunt and run at the same time, I'm going to lose my mind. There in no way, shape, or form should there be any room for that type of
Yeah,
offense
yeah,
from the
yeah.
Red
No.
Sox. Like
Yeah.
those mistakes cannot happen. Regular season, they're frustrating, they're annoying. Get them out of the way there, so it doesn't happen in this wild card series. You can't afford to make many mistakes in a wild card series, especially when you're on the road in a very hostile environment. You gotta be able to get those runs home,
No.
man. You
Yeah.
you can't strand runners. You cannot do that in this
No.
series.
And I feel like we should definitely, if David Hamilton goes into the game, it
It's
has to
got.
be only for running.
I was
That's
just gonna say that.
even running sometimes. Even running, he sucks at that too.
No, dude, he's a fast runner. He's not a smart runner. There's a difference. You can be fast, but if you're not smart on the bases, then that's gonna
Yeah.
get you screwed, right? Like that. Then that totally defeats the purpose of you being fast. But I'm gonna tell you right now, and I say this to my cousin all the time. We talk baseball 24/7. You love to hear the conversations that we have. No way, shape, or form should David Hamilton be in a lineup in this
Oh, shoot.
playoffs unless he's a pinch runner. That's the only way you're using David Hamilton is for base speed, is for speed on the bases. Other than that, I'm not using him whatsoever. I'm not thinking about using him whatsoever. That home run he hit against Detroit, that's cool. Not using you. That wasn't enough. I
Yeah.
something that I will say is I'm looking at this. I'm gonna
hopefully wake up tomorrow morning or read it before I go to bed tonight. If the Red Sox update their roster for the postseason, I'm hoping Nate Eaton is on that playoff roster. By the way,
He should be. He's also sorry for interrupting.
no, I'd love you to talk about Nate Eaton. I really hope that he sticks around here in this postseason. I
I
think he
feel
could be
like
a part of something big.
he's really fast, super fast, but he's also smart. And I feel David Hamilton is probably the fastest because he's shorter, skinnier than everyone. Nate Eaton is also taller and stronger, but Nate Eaton is smarter. You could tell. You could see it. He only did one mistake running the bases, and he literally stole the base, but he came off of the base by accident. I don't
I
know if you
remember.
remember, but
I
after
do
that,
remember when
he
that
hasn't
happened.
had those type of issues. David Hamilton sometimes they catch him in a rundown. You cannot. That's
It's ridiculous. It
yeah.
is so
Especially
ridiculous. Or they'll pick him up.
here
Yeah.
comes David Hamilton. Because by the way, this is how I have it in my head. We're losing by 1 run. Here comes David Hamilton. I'm at that point. I'm like, oh yeah, we're screwed. Here comes David Hamilton. He gets a base hit, and I'm like, oh, he did the opposite. And I'm literally thanking God. I'm literally like, thank you. Literally just like that. Then they pick him up at first, like he's in the
Hmm.
rundown, and I'm like, bro, he when he does something good,
Yeah.
he
It's
he ruins it.
immediately.
He ruins it.
Yeah. 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 He,
But
he ruins. Yeah. He's like the Greg Wise sort of hitting, like of offense. Like when you have something good going, just eliminate that with doing something incredibly horrible afterwards. I
yeah,
mean, I'm looking at that. I do think it is important to keep Hamilton on 4 speed. I think he's a guy. Okay, you're in a tough situation. You need base running. You're late in a game, a close game. You take Abreu out. You throw in Hamilton on the bases. You take, who's another
he
super
wouldn't even hit
slow?
for
Nate
me.
Lowe. Nate Lowe. You can take Nate Lowe out. Like there's guys
Yeah,
that you
there's
can kind of,
scenarios. Yeah,
and also like I do think the Red Sox have that flexibility with you. You talk about the two lefties coming up. We mentioned it earlier. Okay, well maybe Duran and Abreu don't start. Maybe you go the Romy and the Rev Snyder route.
no, yeah,
And excuse me, as those right-handers come out of the bullpen for the Yankees, then that's when guys like Jaron and Willier work their way back into the lineup. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but also like you do have those options and you do have the flexibility and you do have a lot of really, 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 really good left-handed hitters that should not be left out of the lineup. You should
that's
not.
true.
I should not wake up tomorrow morning and look at the lineup card and see Rob Refsnyder not on that lineup card against the lefty.
I mean, you should. If not, we're fucked. But it's true because Max Fried's the horse. He's a beast.
Yeah,
He's really good. We need
very
our
good.
best, especially we need our lefty killer.
And and
Hopefully, he's
and
been
you can't waste a crochet start. You
yeah,
cannot waste a crochet start. And by that I don't mean okay you lose the game. I mean you need to be able to back up your ace. You need to
no,
be able to
yeah.
score some runs for your ace. Give your
Give
ace
him
some
support.
offense. Give
Yeah,
him run support. Something that the Red Sox at times have struggled to do. Not all the time, but there have been times where
when he's pitching too.
the starting
When
pitcher is off to a terrific start, but how much does it mean when your offense is not giving you anything? And that needs to happen. We're in the postseason now, Lewis. We're not used to talking like this. We're not used to saying things like this. It needs to happen. It's not that we want it to happen, we need it to happen. There's a difference between a need and a want, right? Like obviously we want it to happen, but no, that needs to happen. We cannot tomorrow go in or today, whenever this is uploaded, go in and into crochet day and provide crochet 0 run support. That cannot happen. I understand the starting pitcher on the other
yeah,
side of the field. I understand that, and there's no disrespect towards him, but at the same time, there's
we
more
got to
than
score to
capable.
win.
The Red Sox have to
We
strike,
have
and the
to.
Red
Yeah.
Sox have to keep up with Garrett Crochet tomorrow night.
No, yeah, that's true. And First of all, before we stop talking about David Hamilton,
Huh.
if I'm Alex Cora, I will be like, Hammy, come here, grab him under my arms, and be like, yo, listen, don't swing when you go to VP, like VP and stuff. Just try to bunt. Just do bunting. That's the
He
only thing you
he
should be
no
able to
matter
do.
no
He should
no
not like
matter how much
swing.
he
No, just
only
VP.
cares. Does he? Do you know what a bunt is? Do you know what the purpose of the bunt is?
I
It's to
mean,
move the runners
yeah, the
over.
move runners. Yeah, but with
The
his
bunt
speed, it could be so different.
it it could be, but he's only focused on himself. It seems he's dropping the bunt down. First of all, he's dropping the bunt down exceptionally late. I get he doesn't want to show the bunt, but like it is so exceptionally late, and he's running while he's bunting. Lewis, he when you first of all you can't do that. Like
You got to be
legally
really
you
good at
can,
that.
but like you
You
can't
got
just
to
do
be.
that. And second of all, like the point is to get the runners over, and you making it to first base safely is the cherry on top. Like with his
Yeah,
speed, that's the cherry on top. But at the same time, your main focus right now, when Alex Cora gives the sign, hey, bunt, you get the bunt down. That's to move the runners to second and third, or
yeah,
whatever the thing is. It's not for you to get on first base and for the third baseman to throw the guy going into second out. That's not what the bunt's for. The bunt's to get him on, get him over, and get him in. And Hamilton, I think, focuses way too much on himself getting safely to first base. He's using it more as a hit than he is as a strategy to get the runners in
yeah.
scoring position.
And probably if he will actually bunt normal without like trying to run at the same time, it will probably work more for him because he's really fast. I
Mm,
don't. It's gonna be really. It gotta be. It gotta be like like a hard line, like a hard bunt to the pitcher or the
right.
third baseman.
Well,
You get me?
you
But
also don't have as much control on the bunt when you're running at the same time you're dropping the bunt down. Like, how can I explain this in a way that I think would
like
sound
the last time I saw him bunting, it was with
was
people second and first. I don't know when it was because I don't even want to think about that. Bro literally
oh,
hit a pop up to second.
well, it's because he has no control over it.
I mean, I'd rather him swing at that point. I mean, just
Well,
swing.
that's also the thing. It's like, okay, he has no control over it. When he's bunting, when he's running and bunting at the same time, that's a lot of force going towards the bunt. The bunt
Yeah,
isn't supposed to be a ground ball to second base or a pop fly to second base. Like that's not what the bunt is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We're spending way too much time on David Hamilton bunting. If
yeah.
I see a David Hamilton bunt in this playoff series, I'm not gonna have hair anymore. I'm not gonna and
I
uh,
mean, if it does happen and he gets a base hit for some reason, you should definitely get him out of the base because he's gonna do something bad. He always does. When it's
no,
not
no,
defense,
no, because that would be the point of him going up in the first place
but
is
I'm
to get him
scared
on
of him
base.
though. I'm scared because when he
Why would
doesn't
you?
fuck
Yeah,
up,
but you're scared of him getting on base. That's not the problem. The problem is him at home plate getting the bunt down. That's what
oh
I'd be
yeah,
scared
okay,
of.
okay, yeah, he does. Okay, if he gets home, if he gets it safe, that's a good sign. But I'm just so scared because every time he does something good, he always fucks up in a different way.
Yeah,
He
no,
gets in
I
a,
get it.
he gets in a rundown.
Yeah,
You see
right.
what
It's
I
like,
mean?
okay, you finally got the run down. You finally got the bunt down, but now you're getting picked off. So
Yeah.
I can understand it, but hopefully there's not a scenario that we have to
Hopefully, yeah,
watch
yeah.
David Hamilton play. But I
Hopefully, it's
mean,
just like regular games. Like like
right.
it's probably not. It's probably gonna be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably
You,
gonna be close games because they had got good pitching and we got good pitching as well.
you, I, you got to strike first if you're the right. I said it
Yeah,
earlier in
you
the
do.
show.
You do.
I'll say it here to close off the show.
Give them
You,
pressure. Put the
you
pressure on them right away.
right away. put the pressure on the scoreboard, put the pressure on the series, take game one. People are saying, oh, game two is what decides the series. Well, you got to get past game one
Yeah,
before
to
you
go
get
to
past
game
game
two.
two. You got to win game one, be in control of the series. That way, worst case scenario, you lose that game two instead of going home, packing up your season because you lost game one. Okay, we're tied. We're going to a game three. We have another opportunity. It's a new day.
No,
Win
yeah,
game
that's
one.
true.
Win game one.
And I'm not gonna. Also, another thing, I'm crazy with this baseball stuff with the Red Sox, especially. I'm a scout over here. You get me? Try to look at the Yankees players, see their weakness. They literally tried to win the division.
Mm,
They went for it and didn't go their way. Um, I'm not gonna talk about Louis Gill because if there is a game three, he probably won't start because he's short on rest. He pitched yesterday, but I don't know if there's gonna be a game three. So I'm not worried about that at all. But I'm just saying it for everyone to know. But their bullpen, they didn't like our bullpen rested. Our key
mm,
players in the bullpen, they got their rest. They're like ready to go. The last time we saw Whitlock was on Friday. Chapman, the same thing. Like half of literally we rested our key players, our good bullpen
right.
guys. But the Yankees, they've been trying to win the division so bad that they didn't get that rest. The only rest they got today was literally just today.
Right. It was Monday. Right.
Weaver pitched for them yesterday, 20 pitches, and their closer Bernard, 20 pitches as well, and it's Williams as well. The only next big guy that didn't pitch for them, like a good closer, and Camilo Duval. That's
Mm,
the only person. But they've been, and I know they're hot and stuff, but I also gotta make this. I gotta talk about this, but I know they're confident because they're hot recently, but they were facing the Orioles. They were facing the White Sox.
mm,
It's different. You get me? We
mm.
faced the Blue Jays and the Tiger. At the end of the day, I know the Tigers were like in a slump, but they're a playoff team.
Right.
That's and look at the Friday pitcher for them for the Tigers.
Mm,
He was in his A game, and
yeah.
you could expect that from a good playoff team. But what do you expect from the White Sox?
Right.
You get me? They were
50,
hitting
50 win
bombs.
teams.
Yeah, they were
Right.
hitting bombs and bombs versus the White Sox. And if it's a good starter,
Yeah.
if it's a good starter, things will not go like that.
Right.
You get me? It
Right. No,
won't go like that.
absolutely.
In playoffs, it's never like that. I mean, if it's a bad team that made it into the postseason, and it's a bad pitcher, yes, but against the White Sox or against the Tigers, you will not see that because they got good pitching. They got
Mm,
decent pitching, and I feel like okay, they're hyped up, but you know, Crochet's different.
right.
Crochet's literally the second best pitcher in the AL.
Mm,
He he's proven it. You get me? And also, it's not the same when it's just a bad pitcher. So that's another thing people don't realize that because also with the Orioles as well. You see what I mean? But I love that they're like. Hopefully, they keep that mentality of bomb hitting moonshots because that's when there's good pitching. There's not a lot of moonshots.
right.
And when it's a good like, in those type of games, you need contact. You need to put the ball in play. You need to
Yep.
hit it line drives.
Right.
And I feel that's why sometimes we always like we always on top of them for that reason.
Mm,
Even if we're at their even we're if we're in Yankee Stadium, we don't try to hit moonshots. There's
right.
probably Rafaela's always aiming to hit one for the moon, but if he does hit one, you get me, he's probably gonna get one. But
I think Romy aims, by the way. I think
yeah,
Romy aims.
yeah, no, yeah, and when the player is hot, you should definitely. But when it's a good pitcher like Max Fried, you should put the ball in play because I was checking his stats against
Yeah.
us last time, and Max Fried, he pitched 5 innings against the Red Sox at Fenway, and we were also struggling. That's another thing. We were struggling, and we weren't struggling to get on base. We were struggling to cash in because we
Mm,
got 9 base hits off of Max Fried in 5 innings. So that totally means it doesn't mean that he was literally dominating. We
right.
just we couldn't score. He apparently he dominated, but he wasn't. He got the win. He got the win, but it would have been so different if we
You
would have.
dominated.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he got the win. He got the win, but if we got on base versus him, we got our base hits. He got 3 walks. We were on top of him. The problem we couldn't cash in, and right now we're such a different team from that time when we were struggling. We're not
Right.
struggling anymore. We proved it against the Rays. We proved it against the Blue Jays. Their Blue Jays #1 starter and
Mm,
their second starter, but we proved it. And here comes the Tigers, and we took care of business. We won
right.
the series, and literally we're gonna play another series. That's it. You get me? We just gotta win the series. Because if you're going, look,
I
I
get it. I get it, man. You're being positive, which you are. But man, I can't sit here and confidently tell you that we're gonna win the series. I'm not saying we're gonna lose this series, but I can't also, on the other end of that, sit here and say, "Oh man, like, nah, we're good, man. I'm not stressed." I have confidence. And like, what I will say is, there's no reason Bayo and Crochet can't get the job done. There's no
Mhm.
reason not. Mind you, little concerned with how Bayo finished his season. I didn't think he looked sharp. But
No, yeah, he did. Yeah.
what I will say about Brian Bayo is he loves pitching against New York. He adores the New York Yankees, and he loves and he dominates and he feels comfortable pitching against New York Yankees. I'm
Is it?
confident in Brian Bayo. I'm confident.
I go to every game when the Sox are in town. Because I live 30 minutes away, but he knows me.
Who does?
Bayo, he gives me a ball for every start, because we speak Spanish and we're literally talking, and I'm I do have family members like where he's from. I wasn't. I'm not like I don't live in that area, but my grandmother's from where he's from in Samana, so I speak to him and he knows me as soon
Mm,
like by right field, by left field, and by left field in batting practice. Like when he's shagging, he will come up to me and we're talking. And
nice.
he always gives me a ball. I forgot to tell him like to
It's
give me
all
a
right.
signature. Yeah, I never bring my pen, but he knows me, and every time he always, even when he doesn't talk to me, because sometimes he's catching and stuff. He literally goes like when he's about to leave, he literally goes like this, and then I go like that, like yo, and he sees me and he throws me the ball. But
Nice.
it's like I feel like there's a lot of Dominicans in that, and in the Bronx,
Mm. I
and they
would,
support him a lot. They do. They
yeah.
give him that support, and it's probably like by where Yankee Stadium is located. It's literally I would say 70% Dominicans.
Really? Wow.
So I wouldn't be shocked, and that's why he feels more like comfortable. I guess Boston's a little bit different. Then in Boston's more different community, but in the Bronx, at Yankee Stadium is 70% Dominicans, and you could see every Dominican. You could see it. You could see them. But yeah, I do feel the Yankees. Yeah, the Yankees should. I'm not like worried about them. I'm not, but they're probably thinking like because of the last series. because
Mm,
of that last series of what happened, and they won the series against us. And I feel like they were due. They were due to win the series. And you know what? I'd rather them win this series, win that series
yeah,
in September, because at some
right.
point I will feel like they're due to win the series.
Right. And you'd hope it wouldn't be this one.
Yeah, I hope that I was literally in Boston at that time, and I was going through my head. I'm like, to be honest, it looks really possible that it's gonna be the wild card at Yankee Stadium against them. And I mean, if I could do something, I'd rather lose this series than if it's like that.
No,
If
I
it's gonna
understand.
be like that, you get me? Because when you think things for some reason, and I'm like, I'd rather lose there than lose there. You get me? I'd
Right.
rather than win this one and we win the next one, and they could have fun with this one.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we're not the same team. We're different now. You get me? We're a little bit hot. We're more hot. We're not leaving people on base anymore. Thank God. But I mean, we're coming in. We're coming in, and we're coming. And they also gave me another thing. Positive note is that we were losing 3-0 against the Tigers, and
Yeah.
they looked like they were gonna win. It did look like it, but even when it looked like we could come back, like in early that game on Friday, Nathaniel Logan into one to left field to the Green Monster. It's a double, and he did that with 2 outs. You get me?
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
what's the chances with 2 outs?
Right.
You could get a base hit, but it's hard. And then here comes Rafaela with a I thought I was gone to left field.
Moonshot.
Yeah, another double, but at least we scored one in this one. But we
Yeah.
fought and we came back.
Right. We chipped
Even
away,
the
man.
Yeah, even the Sunday game as well. Even though we didn't have our starters, we didn't give up. We didn't give up. We came through and we took our lead back. We were losing 3-1, I think. Yeah, we were losing 3-1 at that point. David gets into one. He ties the game, and then Jaren scored the last run. And you should, you know what? I love what I'm seeing. We're not giving up, and even if we're down, we're coming back. You get me?
Right.
And that's a perfect mentality for playoffs. But recently, we're not that team that they faced in September 12th because we were struggling. We were struggling really bad, and we were getting on base, but we couldn't cash in. And if you can't cash in, they will cash. The other team will do it for you. But yeah, and also another thing, Luca can't pitch. Lucas Giolito is injured.
That's you know, that's something that not only kind of punches you in the gut, but
Before in game one too. It's
right
crazy.
before game one, Lewis, like it's not like we found this out on Sunday. It's not like we found this out uh, you know, you know, when it happened. If there's a certain moment in which something happened. I mean, we watched him pitch. We went what 4 2/3 innings, and then we watched him celebrate with the team, and
Yeah.
didn't really think anything of it. Said, "All right, wrap up for the playoffs. That was your last start. Now we're heading into the playoffs." And now today, Alex Cora kind of says, "Let's get this out of the way," and drops that bomb on us. And
Do you think? Sorry for interrupting, but do
no,
you
you're good, man.
think? Do I don't know because it seems so weird.
I
If he
think
was,
that you have enough to get you through the first 2 games. You have enough pitching right now. Crochet was going to go game 1. You get Bayo game 2. That's going to happen. Whether Giolito comes back or not, that's going to happen.
Mhm.
Get through those 2 games, see where you're at. Giolito more than likely going to, miss the entire wild card series. So even if he's feeling better, not going to be back for game 3, you get Conley early in there, which I think he is more than capable of doing. Doing this. We talk about the short leash in the playoffs. Conley early, this is perfect. Peyton Tolley, this is perfect. These long middle reliever pitchers, these starting pitchers that are going to be now relieving pitchers in the playoffs. This is exactly what you kind of need when you see a guy like Giolito go down. You get a Conley early that comes in. Again, I don't know who's making the roster and who's not. You could throw
Yeah.
Kyle Harrison. Yeah, Harry, you throw Harrison in there as well. But I do think that third man should and will be early. I d-
It's- I feel like it should be him, but
who would you
uh,
who
I'm,
would you go towards? You kind of seem like you're not fully sold on him.
no, I know I love him, but it's just I'm so confused about Luca, like,
Well,
Giolito,
I
because he pitched on Thursday. Oh no, Wednesday. He pitched on Wednesday, so I'm just no. He pitched on Tuesday, and then Wednesday Crochet, and Thursday Bayo, and then we came to Harrison on Friday against the Tigers, and then early. Okay, so he pitched on
that's
Tuesday.
right.
So how
Um,
is he? If he's feeling pain in the elbow, how he?
but
How you? They say that? Why didn't they say that
m-
earlier?
my big thing is he's meeting with a surgeon. That's my big thing. When I saw that report and when I heard that he's staying back in Boston and he's getting checked out by a surgeon,
He
elbow
came.
sur-
He came over here too
elbow surgery, you're talking more than the wild card. And that's concerning. When did this happen? How did this happen? And
Yeah,
why are we just finding out hours
yeah.
before game one, 24 hours before game one? Why is that? There's got to be more into this story
And he
that
also
we don't
came to
know.
New
And
York.
right.
Yeah, I literally saw him with a suit in the picture, but it's just so confusing
I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but
because
you know,
here what I think. This is what I think. You know, he hasn't been pitching that well recently. He's been pitching a little bit weird. He hasn't been doing performing how he was 1 month ago. His last three starts has been a little bit shaky, a lot of walks. He normally doesn't walk people, but he's been doing that. And I've been thinking is maybe like mechanics. You get me? But he's still walking a lot of people. And maybe I thought, maybe this could be to give him more rest.
I
And
just
because, like, early, look, you see early, and we should not be thinking about the future right now.
right.
We should
No,
be, the Yankees is our problem, and that's what we should be focused on. And if we do go to a game three, are you confident with Luca right now? I don't know.
no,
I don't know. I don't
no.
know if it.
That's
I don't know if it. Not Big Bayo. Cora sees it that way, but early has been doing a fantastic job. He lost on Saturday, but he pitched 7 innings and
it's
they only
great.
scored two. They only scored 2 runs off of him. And the big thing, none of the stars were playing.
That's why I don't think it's the biggest. No, well, I don't want to say it's not a big deal. It is a big
No,
deal.
no, yeah,
That's
it
a
is.
big
It
blow.
is.
But at the same time, like yeah, it is what it is. Conley early has to step in game three on Thursday. I'm not
There
sitting
is.
here. I'm not sitting here crying, whining about it. I'm pumped up for that. I'm in desperate need of a Conley early game like he's been having. And again, the run support to go along with that. You're going to have a rookie pitcher pitch in a game three situation in a wild card. Well, you better damn have a run support to go along with that. So, again, the Red Sox have gone through injury adversity all year, especially when it comes to pitching. I really think the Red Sox are prepared for uh, times like this, moments like
Yeah,
this. And the Red Sox have done more than succeed in these moments. So right now is not the
yeah,
time to
dude.
crumble.
That's true.
The,
That's
the,
yo.
right now is not the time to crumble about Lucas Giolito being out game three. Right now is the time to figure out what you're going to do for game one and get to a game
Mhm.
three. Maybe not even get to a game three, get to game two, right? Like you win game one, you win game two. You don't have to think about game three. Giolito's not
Yeah,
going to pitch anyway, right? So, you know, that's kind of where my mindset is at. I think that's where Red Sox Nation's mind should be at, and just kind of focus on the task ahead. And my mind's not on my mind is not on Giolito. My mind's not on Early. My mind's not on Tolley. My mind's on Garrett Crochet.
Tomorrow at
It's
6:08.
it's it's that's what it is. Get through game one, and then you know you got to win 2 out of 3, right? Like you don't got to sweep, but you got to win 2 out of 3. Whether that means you win game one and game three, or you win games 1 and 2, or 2 and 3, you got to win 2 out of 3. That's the goal. That's the objective. You got to get the job done here,
No, yeah, that's
no
true
matter
right
who's
there.
on the mound.
But right now, like just talking about pitchers, I I believe more right now in Early.
Yeah,
Early's
absolutely.
he's been doing a fantastic job, even better than Giolito recently, and I wouldn't be scared if he pitches if he has to, But if he has to, but I believe in him because he has. People are saying like, "Oh, it's Early." We don't know. He's proven it that he has the potential, and he's really consistent with the free. He puts it where he wants. You get me? Outside is going outside, and that's what you want to see. You get me? Someone that he has electric slider, changeup, and really good fastball. And right now, I will be confident with him,
the only
especially
thing,
learning.
the only thing that worries me a little bit, and this is even if game three even happens, but something that worries me a little bit is okay, you go with Early game three, that's your decision.
Yeah, a lot of
You
pressure
lose
on
them,
him too.
you lose them in the pen for games 1 and 2. Once you decide that he's going for game three, you lose him in the bullpen. And is it worth losing him in the bullpen during games
I
one
feel,
and
yeah,
two?
I get you.
You know what I mean? And that's something that I look into, and I get it. Like the Red Sox do have other guys in the bullpen that they can go to, but like, man, if I could ever see Garrett Crochet come out and calmly early come in, and then Whitlock come in or Chapman come in, like, oh, that is like the chef's kiss rotation right there. But that's something that you also kind of have to keep in mind, which is, why everything that we're kind of talking about now, you kind of have to take with a grain of salt. You kind of have to,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah,
nothing's etched in stone, and we got to figure out who is even on the roster, who's even going to be available, and who's not going to be available for this postseason run. So there's still a lot of things up in the air, and we're less than 24 hours away from first pitch, Lewis. We got a lot to kind of figure out in the meantime, but as of right now. Red Sox rolling into the Bronx right now. The Yankees are hot, but there is no better team right now than for the Boston Red Sox to go in there and spoil game one. Everybody's on a high right now in the Bronx. Oh, the Yankees, we made the playoffs. We've won 8 straight games. We're starting to turn things around. We got a race on the mound here going against the Red Sox, who obviously, just lost Giolito, just, Bregman's sick and all this and that. Like, this is our chance to jump. There's no better time to win the ball game than game one in New York against the Yankees in that hostile environment to take control of the wild card series. Win game one, Lewis. That's all I'm focused on. That's where I'll end. You got to win game one.
that's true. That's because we talk about Early and stuff, but it depends how the series goes.
Mm,
So if we do need him, you get me? Like, yeah, it's just about game one. At the end of the day, depending how the series goes, but like you got Cora got to if Cora needs Early, I'm not sure he will probably go for him because
right.
what matters is game one, literally what just matters. But yeah, that you made it simple. That's it. Game one is what we need. But moving on from that, have you seen what the Yankees been doing with the tickets situation? That's been it's literally sad, and I feel like not that they're not afraid of us, but you could tell that they're they're not. We're in their minds. You could tell they're thinking about us at some point
That
if they're
is
doing that.
single-handedly one of the, if not the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen when it comes to sports. I have never seen that happen before. This has happened before with the San Diego Padres. I believe last season they did
Yeah,
that. Basically, what it is, for the people who don't know, is if you don't live in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut, you are not going to be able to purchase tickets and get into Yankee Stadium on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, or Thursday night. You are not allowed to go and purchase tickets. The tickets your purchase will accept. But if they see that your billing information is tagged to an outer state that is not Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, or Connecticut, they will refund you without letting you know, and you will get your money back, and they will cancel the tickets without letting you know. That is pathetic. That is disgusting. And I've never seen something like this. And if you're the MLB and you're the commissioner and you back this, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. What if me? I live here in Massachusetts. What if I want to go watch my Red Sox play in New York? Red Sox don't have a home game this wild card. What if I want to go to New York? I drop about a couple grand on a ticket. You're getting the money. You're telling me you don't want 2 grand plus fees, plus the money I'm going to spend on parking and concessions and probably merchandise. That is
yeah.
absolutely
That's
ridiculous.
literally money for them.
That is ridiculous in
Yeah,
such
that's
a economy driven, politically driven world that we live in today. I've never seen something like that. That is ridiculous. And really, I would say the Yankees should be ashamed of themselves, but the MLB should be ashamed of themselves for
yeah.
letting this happen, for passing this, for allowing this. That is ridiculous. That's how you lose fans. You're talking about trying to grow the game, to bring interest into the
Yeah,
sport.
like how makes no
So
sense.
so you putting borders on essentially who can come to the game and who can't.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
telling
that's
me
crazy.
that is ridiculous, and I pray to God Fenway Park does not do that if we are eligible to
Well,
host a
probably
division
no.
game. I,
I
I
don't think
pray
they
to God
would.
the Red Sox don't do that because that would be embarrassing. I'm embarrassed that that's even happening. That's ridiculous, Lewis.
No,
I
yeah.
remember seeing that. I thought that was Photoshop. I thought that was a meme. I thought that was fake. And then I go on to every ticket app I own and see the exact same paragraph typed that I am not able to buy tickets because I don't live in New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, or New Jersey. I think that's pathetic, Lewis. That is absolutely pathetic. What a joke for the MLB to do that.
Even people that lives in Mass that are Yankee fans can't even buy them.
I just
What
talked to
about
one
that?
today.
Even
I
them
just talked to
too.
one today. He's a lifelong Yankee fan. He's been to 8 games this year at Yankee Stadium. He loves the Yankees. You're telling me he can't get in to Yankee Stadium because he lives in Massachusetts,
Yeah,
but he's a
that's
lifelong Yankee fan and has
ridiculous.
spent his hard work cash, his hard work money at Yankee Stadium 8 times this year? That's pathetic. That's ridiculous. MLB should really look into that. They should be ashamed of themselves.
No, yeah, and it's not like something bad for them either. It's literally money. That's money for the Yankees, and it's crazy that they're willing not to like take accept money because of this. That's really ridiculous. But I'm not gonna lie with you. I feel like if they're doing that, I feel like they should. They definitely feel something against us, and not like I'm not like oh that they probably they do hate us, but I feel like for them to do something like that, they have to be like scared or something. I mean that's really bad.
I don't know what it could be. I don't know what they would
You
blab.
don't think it could be something like that?
And no, no, I don't because even if you let 800 Red Sox fans into the 30,000 Yankee fans in,
It won't change the results at the end of
right?
the day.
Like
It's not like
that's
they're playing.
it is what it is. I don't get it. I don't. And then if you try to mute the fights in the crowd, that's that's not an excuse in my eyes because
No, no, yeah,
you
no.
can't dictate people's decisions. You don't know how people are going to act. You can always assume how they're going to act because it's Yankees, Red Sox, postseason, you know, playoffs, and people overreact. People, take sports for granted and end up in handcuffs because they fight each other.
Yeah, but
Uh,
that's part of
but
the game. They're
but
like,
that's also part of people's stupid decision making, right? And not everybody is like that, and not everybody tries to be like that. And I don't know. Again, I don't know if that factored into it. I don't know what factors really went into it, but I think once again, it's pathetic and it's embarrassing, and the MLB should really, 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 really be ashamed of themselves for
yeah,
allowing this to happen. They
if,
know this is happening, and I don't get it. They're losing money that way. They're not bringing in fans that way. Do you know how many Red Sox fans who don't live in New York would love to go and watch their Red Sox play in a wild card series against the New York Yankees, win or loss? They would love to go do that. They'd love to have the privilege of going to do that and experience that. But they quite literally can't. And that's ridiculous.
it is. That's just. At least they can't stop me.
You're gonna stop yourself is what you're gonna do. I don't
No,
think.
I don't want. I'm not
I
gonna
think you're
go
all
for that.
talk. I don't think I'll see you at. I don't think I'll see you at a game this year in the postseason game.
Probably not. Yeah, I've gone to Boston so much this year.
I don't even think you'll go to the New York postseason game.
I mean, I'm probably not gonna go, and the reason why I'm not, like I could afford it, but it's just I want to see this game by TV. I
Dude,
rather,
I
I rather
love
see
watching
it.
games by the TV. I'm so okay with being home, hanging out,
Yeah,
watching the game, best seat of the house, no lines to the bathroom, no lines to the refrigerator. I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. But
yeah, and another thing is that like for the last 3 years, my dad is a big Red Sox fan, just like
yeah,
me. Probably worse, but we're up there and being fans, and we always support Red Sox. But I have one sibling that they're Yankee fans. I don't know where they got that from. You get me? They're literally they're Yankee fans, and they were. So I remember when I was younger, they used to support the Red Sox, and then Giancarlo Stanton got traded to the Yankees, and that's when my brothers literally switched. You could they used to
right.
support the Red Sox, and for some reason, since when y'all support the Yankees, and they literally fell in love with Stanton. Oh, he's 6'7".
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, yeah, and even though we won that year, but it's just like since that they've been Yankee fans. But me and my dad have always been Red Sox fan, and we're loyal.
Mm,
It doesn't matter the situation, we're always gonna be loyal. But I've been for the last 3 years or 4 years. It's literally I'm watching for this type of dates or like a wild card series. I'm watching the Padres playing early, and then I'm
right,
watching the Astros playing the Tigers. My team is not even there, even though I'm watching every postseason game. My team is not there,
right.
and I remember being last year like, oh my god, I wish like my team was in it. I would probably be like in that rush. You get me? Like
Yeah,
feeling that nervous is like my siblings. You get me? They're Yankee fans, and
right.
you could tell they get nervous. And I'm like, that's probably like really enjoy. That's really nice to enjoy. Hopefully, I get to feel that soon, and I want to feel that again. I want to feel it
We're,
like I'm
we're
gonna
gonna feel.
start. I'm gonna start watching the Cleveland and Tiger game.
Do you say Pirates?
Padres.
Padres.
So I was gonna, the Tigers and the Guardians play at 1, and then next game is at 3, Padres, and then
Right.
the next game is at 6, Yankees. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And all everyone in
All
the
night,
family,
all day, all night. Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
literally watching everything because we're crazy with baseball, but our team is in it, and you're
Right.
right. Oh, there's gonna be a war over here.
Right.
You
And then you kind of get to start to think of like, okay, like what would it look like if we played one of these teams in the postseason?
yeah,
Because obviously you have to get past your respective opponent, obviously, and you don't want to look too ahead, but like
yeah,
you literally, once you narrow down the teams, the 12 teams that are in the postseason, you're going to end up facing one of those 11 teams at some point, potentially. So it's like, usually the rosters look pretty similar in October, throughout the entire playoffs. So, minus injuries and stuff like that. But, what you see is what you get, and it's October baseball, and the Red Sox earned their way here, and they didn't get here easily, but at the end of the day, like you don't get to the playoffs easily. It's not handed to you, and
it's never easy.
The Red Sox these past 4 years have found that out sometimes the harder way, and you know
But
there's
I
there could
like
be
that we work. I like that when things are
right,
being when we're in pressure moments. At the end of the day, at least for now, we figure it out and we end up, you know, like coming. We end up getting it our way. At least this year, but for the
right.
last 4 years, it hasn't been like that.
Right. So, this year's obviously super, super different, Lewis. And, we're gonna be on here talking Red Sox baseball. Hopefully we're gonna be winning one of these. I know, you got some pretty sick stuff yourself, but this is October baseball, man. This is the time of year you want to be alive, and it's the time of year you want to be here to support your team because they fought through 162 games. They fought through injury reports. They fought through road trips. They fought through losing streaks and winning streaks and the ebbs and flows of the regular season. But
Yeah,
for this moment, for tonight, for tomorrow, whenever we drop this podcast, Tuesday night, the Red Sox first pitch 6:08 Eastern Time PM on ESPN in the Bronx. It's Crochet Day. We need a big time game one win, Lewis. I do think we should probably wrap it up here
yeah,
because
yeah,
we have a very, very, very important night of sleep to get to
yeah. We
because
gotta rest.
tomorrow is going to be stressful,
We gotta have a
right?
mental game. Yeah,
Tomorrow is going to be stressful. So, I'm super excited, man, and we're going to be on here again talking about the Red Sox. Hopefully, we're talking about the Red Sox moving on, not losing, but at the end of the day, we're just happy that we're here. Obviously, the
oh
objective
yeah,
is to win. We're in Boston here. We're talking about a Boston team where the expectation is to win the World Series. We're not just here for to say we made it. But at the end of the day, we're pretty damn happy that we finally made it here into
yeah.
October, and we're not ending our season in September again. So, you
No,
know,
yeah.
we got a big day ahead of us tomorrow.
Definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, we should definitely feel proud about this team that we got.
Right.
You could tell we did our best. This team did our best, and yeah, we should definitely. Whatever happens, at the end of the day, we're loyal Red Sox fans, and
Right. We got
we're
no
gonna be here.
choice.
Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna go somewhere else or something like that. We're gonna doesn't matter what happens. We're gonna be here, and there's gonna be another podcast. So
Right.
yeah, but yeah, I mean that's it for today, and we had a pretty good talk about Red Sox. So, I mean,
Very good.
you could tell things are really good right now. Yeah, you could definitely tell this is the longest podcast I've ever made. But I mean,
Really.
this is the best time of the year. You got me this.
We haven't been here in quite a damn long time, so
Yeah,
you'd imagine we have a lot of things to talk about, man. But no, we'll long episode today, but hopefully an even longer one next time because we want a lot of things to talk about on this podcast. The whole point of the podcast is get on here and talk about really, really good things about your baseball team. So, if it's a long podcast episode, you have a lot to address. And right
yeah,
now, if you're addressing a lot of things in October and your team is playing in October, it's probably going to be a good episode. So,
yeah. It's a blessing
appreciate
as
it.
well.
No, absolutely, man. Thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it, and hopefully we're doing this again, and hopefully we're talking about a Red Sox series win.
Yes, sir. Let's keep the faith and go Sox. Thank you guys for watching this video. You already know. Keep the faith and go Sox. And don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments down below. And Go Sox.
Go Sox.